Oh my lord. Oh boy. I don't really have weaponry to do anything about this. I just gotta keep moving. 612, they're firing at us, trying to keep some distance but keeping eyes. Officer down, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pull up.
Invictus stormed the house that was up there. Don't know the reason, and from what I can tell, people that were shot, everyone that was inside were completely unarmed. They didn't have any weapons on them, so we just took them all to hospital. Turns out it was the suits.
612, I'll just quickly have a chat with him. Good evening, sir.
How are we, mate?
I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah, look, very well, mate. Very well.
Okay. I am informed that this is the vehicle of Douglas Stone, and I, don't ever want to make assumptions, but I'm guessing you would be he.
Some would say.
I've had a chat with some gentlemen down the road there that live down the block, and they said that you and your men have been attacked today, and so we basically just wanted to get you out of the car to have a chat with you about that. So I actually do believe them because they don't seem to be involved at all. I think that somebody has come to your home and has been an aggressor, and I think that that is a major crime towards you, and I would like to help you do something about that. So if you are Douglas Stone, and if all of that seems true, basically we just want to get you out of the vehicle. We do need a GSR test you, because obviously you're not allowed to shoot in public, but outside of that, I'm actually looking for more of a statement from you and seeing what we can do to try and help you.
Yeah, mate, I'm listening, yeah.
Cool.
What do you say, mate? Look, for the comfort of myself and the safety, mate, if I could go someplace over the side of the road for a chat,
Other than the side of the road? So this is your property behind you, yes?
Yes, mate.
If I get my officers to back up a little bit, would you like to drive inside your property, sir?
I mean, look, that's fine.
Fantastic. And obviously I'll need your permission for us to enter the property to have a conversation with you. And is that all fine?
Yeah, not a worry, mate.
No worries. I'll relay that over the radio now. And if you're all good with that, we'll just let you back down, drive straight in there. We can have a nice chat and we go from there.
Beautiful, mate. Not a worry.
Awesome.
Let's have a moment of privacy, guys, just for about 10 seconds, if that's all right. I've just got no pants on.
Sir, look, at the end of the day, we do have a whole heap of different things that we could potentially pull you out of the vehicle for, and I don't really want to go down that route, so I would prefer if we just kind of get this over and done with. So you step out, we go inside and have a chat.
I just want to get changed, mate. I'm just, give me like, if you count to 20, mate. If I don't come back in 20 seconds, then raid the whole place, mate. Look, I've got no pants on. I just came back from the doctor's. No, it's not very good, mate.
Right. Okay. So with that being said, obviously your plan is to go inside and get changed. You'll have no issues with the officers just standing around the house in general.
Absolutely fine, mate. Absolutely fine.
Fantastic. Love to hear it.
Well, and just that guy off the helmet, he's scaring me.
What do you say? Take the helmet off?
No, the guy off the helmet, he's looking at me, mate.
I think he's looking at his car. Sir, are you looking at your car? You're looking at your vehicle, right?
Might not be
He's not even in this fucking planet. He has no idea what he's doing.
I'm hopping out now.
Alright. He is actually in his fucking pants. Okay. He's got a fucking shotgun.
Yeah, 12:30 available. Yeah,
12:30. Give me the rundown, Stone. I want to know what happened so I can try and start making moves.
Now, what happened earlier today? And I believe I was being spied on by certain individuals.
He said send.
We're able to question those guys.
Hello?
I asked what was taking place, why they were watching me. They were on rooftops close by.
You say they. Do you know who they are?
They are masked men. Black balaclavas, body armor.
Yep.
And holstered on the side, equipped with what looked like to be automatic pistols. I asked why they're spying on me. A very important meeting today, and there was people around watching. Multiple rooftops around the area. And from there, I popped out. Went down to my restaurant to check how things were going.
Yep.
As I arrived back home, my house was looked to be on fire, up in smoke.
Yeah, right.
Now, I radioed into my men and informed them. The malicious attack that had taken place. Moments after the radio call, two gentlemen jumped out from behind a bush. I was then held at gunpoint, and from there, the rest is history.
And so what about right now? There's been a huge shootout out the front of your house.
That's the last thing I remember from there. Whatever's happened since then, I must assume is due to the events that took place prior. And I woke up in Mount Sinai Hospital, and
okay, yeah.
From there, I've only recently just been transported back to my property.
Okay. So the information I was given from your neighbours is that they are certain it was members of Invictus who have attacked you.
You're joking.
That's the information I've been given. They believe to see patches of some description that would indicate that they are associated with that organization, which is obviously not great. I don't know your full history, but I know that yourself and some of your associates have been dipping your toes in some naughty stuff, otherwise there wouldn't have been an outlaw order. Now, we had hoped, especially Mr. Stone, after the actions that took place with our previous inspector and more specifically his children, that you might have moved on from that. My concern, Mr. Stone, is that you have not moved on from that life and you are still involved with it, which is why these people have come to your house today.
I must say, is it Sergeant or Constable?
Special Constable.
Special Constable, I must say that. And the statement you've just made is nothing more than an assumption.
That's fine. But it's an assumption utilizing truths, is it not?
You know, there's a little piece of truth within that statement, and that being, things are going to pass through a rocky road. The outlaw did in fact take place, but I can assure you, Special Constable, since the ending of that outlaw, things have changed and been run very differently. Like I say, we've been on the right side of the law for some time now. So as to why these attacks have taken place, I must say has no, connection with prior events.
You mentioned that you're not going down some of the more nefarious paths that you have in the past. I don't see the pizza shop open very often. What have you been doing, Mr. Stone?
Now, at the moment, look, we've been going through multiple suppliers. So, you know, we generally try to import only the best Mediterranean ingredients. Now, I've recently purchased a boat, which I have sent off to Italy to transport things ourselves. You know, certain things were going missing in the transportation process and disappearing down at the docks. Now, with that being said, I've given out, I'd like to say, 12 new jobs right here in the city for those to work along the ship.
Job creator. We like to hear it. Potentially need more like you. Maybe the new you, not necessarily the old you. Do you have any idea why the members of Invictus would have attacked you in your home today?
You know, there's a few things that may come to mind. Now, one, I mean, nothing more than jealousy. I mean, they operate out of an abandoned hotel. They don't have a business. Well, they do, but I wouldn't say it to be legal. It's why they're in that dump of a place. Now, the only other reason I could think, and if I look far deep beneath what meets the eye, that maybe they want something that I might have.
What do you have, Mr. Stone?
I have family, people around that cherish one another, people that look out for one another. You know, what Invictus have is nothing more than it's almost like an orphanage to some degree. You know, it's a bunch of people that have come together from, like I say, unfortunate circumstances.
So you believe that they are living in squalor among a family built of misfits, and you believe yourself to be sitting upon some kind of throne that they wish to take in a palace of friendship? Is that what I'm getting?
Look, I wouldn't say, a throne's not the right term.
You seem very throne-like at the moment, Stone.
What I'm saying is, these guys are like little sewer rats looking for crumbs. While I'm up here eating nice, medium rare Scotch fillet steaks.
Is that all you have, Stone? Is there anything else that they could be coming for? Because at the end of the day, people coming after family, people coming after you because you're more well off is very Peter Pan. But the thing about Peter Pan, Mr. Stone, is that he stole from the rich and gave to the poor. Now, stealing your life, maybe, would be one thing, but that's hardly giving to the poor. I'm concerned that you have something bigger than family that these people want. Now, that may be a legal thing, it may be an illegal thing. Obviously, I cannot say whether or not you have changed. You tell me you have, but I have no regard for that, as it's not a tangible thing. But Mr. Stone, if you have something that they want and they're willing to kill you and gun down not only you, not only potentially your associates, but more importantly, my fucking police force in the streets, Mr. Stone, I need to know about that, because I'm pretty fucking pissed. I do my best to stay calm, Mr. Stone, whenever I can. But I picked up one of my bleeding out officers earlier today. I had to leave my vehicle on the side of the road, bundle him up, put him in a car, and drive him myself down to the hospital. That's a hard thing to do. I don't like that. And whatever it is that you've got going on, family or otherwise, at this stage, is causing issues in the streets. So, I don't care if what you have that they want is a legal or illegal thing. All I care is that whatever beef you have does not affect me, does not affect the officers beside me, and does not affect the civilians of this city. So what I implore you to do is one of two things, Mr. Stone. Either A, secure your assets in a way that they won't even bother trying to come after them, or B, hand them over to someone who can deal with them.
You know, Dave.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Look, sometimes in life, don't know why people do the things they do.
First of all, please call me Adrian. But you're right. We don't know why people do what they do.
Yes.
Got him.
So this little cat here on the end of my table, so this lion,
Mm-hmm.
his name is Dave.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, and it's right at crutch height. I appreciate you looking there. Now, what were you saying?
What I was saying is, what you said about the police force, I absolutely agree. The last thing we need, blood to be spilled, are those that are trying to better the community. No, I do stand behind you on that. As for why they act and do the things they do, until further investigation, I'm unaware, I'm unsure.
Mm-hmm.
But I do trust that myself and my men will get to the bottom of that, and once we do, any appropriate precautions will be taken to ensure the safety of those within the community, as well as ourselves.
All I care about, Mr. Stone, is people living and being allowed to live free of nefarious people. I don't care, really, that people do dumb shit. I don't care that gangbangers shoot each other. So what? But when that affects people outside of that conflict, that is when I start to care. What's happened here today, sir, is that it's affected people outside of that conflict. And as an officer of the law, my job is to protect those who have been wronged. At this stage, you have been wronged. That is not in question, and I will do whatever I can with the knowledge that I have to make sure that type of thing doesn't happen again in the future. I need you to be the person that helps me with that. Yourself and the police force haven't necessarily had the best history, and that's unfortunate. But what I want to happen is I want us to have some common goals. And I think that something you need to happen is you need to stop getting f***ing shot, specifically by Invictus. And I need to make sure that they stop shooting people. Now I know that among thieves and whatever name you wish to give those people around you, I know you said you changed, but there was a time, that there is a rule of no snitching and all that type of bullshit. We're adults, Mr. Stone, we're not children in a playground. The snitches get stitches is for two people, children and eshays. Are you a child or an eshay, Mr. Stone?
Absolutely not, mate. No.
Phenomenal. If you find out any information that is going to help us get rid of the people who have caused you, and more specifically, me, issues today, I need to hear that. Is that something you think you could do for me?
What you're asking is for me to bring any information in regards to those individuals to you guys, what you're asking.
In a dream world, yes.
As you said, Adrian,
Mm-hmm.
Certain things, certain morals, certain oaths are not to be broken.
Mm-hmm.
One of those oaths is that we don't talk to police. And when we do, it's in regards to certain situations. As you said, as long as your men aren't being shot, blood's not being spilled on the roads, it's none of your guys' concern.
I agree with that. My main point, I suppose, is that those things are happening. And until they stop happening, your end goal, I would assume, is to not be f***ing shot. And I don't know how many associates you have. I don't know how many cats and Daves, whatever the you call them, are rolling around and helping you out. But I guarantee you, Mr. Stone, that the Victorian Police Force is larger and greater. So...
Well, I wouldn't disagree in regards to larger.
Yes.
As far as greater goes, look, no, let's agree to disagree.
That's fine. My point is, there are more eyes and more ears out there for us than there would be for yourself. And so if these people are causing issues for both of us. This is a problem that we need to squash. And so as much as, goodness gracious, I don't at all want to really do business with people who've been outlawed, it seems that we, at this stage, have a common interest. Would that be fair?
Look, it would be fair to say.
So all myself and the other officers here really need is a couple of little pieces of information, then we'll be out of your hair. All we need to know is what you told me just before, everything that you know about what happened today.
What I told you before is all I know. Had I not woken up in Mount Sinai Hospital, maybe there would have been a bit more information. Unfortunately, this is all I could provide at this current time.
Great. So that's all you know. Now, it would seem, based on some of the reports I got over the radio, that some of your men were in the area. Have you been passed any additional information at this stage that would help us in trying to resolve the problem?
The only information I know, from what I've been told, is that we need to bring in some exterminators, if you will, take out the rats.
It's a concerning thing to say, but I'll come back to it. Is there any information that you think you could get from those people that you haven't yet gotten that would be able to be passed on?
Look, I'm sure I can get my hands on whichever information is to be required. Sometimes these things take time. They take deals.
All right. I think I've asked enough questions. I'm going to get the other officers to step out of the room for a moment. I'll have a final thing to say to you, and then we'll be out of your hair, Mr. Stone.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that you don't like me, and that's fine. You're probably aware that I don't really like you.
I'm well aware.
Great. It's not currently my issue.
Okay.
So how about, to whatever extent, we put that aside, have a level of a working relationship. We can solve this problem. Your rats can be exterminated, preferably by us, but it will still solve your problem. We all move on with our lives.
You know, the rats we're dealing with, Adrian. Sorry, mate, I just get a little bit sidetracked from sometimes in my thought.
You're fine.
This lady up here, her name's Dorothy.
No,
Starts
gotcha.
with a D.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I get lost in her eyes and their beautiful portrait, and the word D comes to my mind.
You got a lot of D in your
name
mind,
is
mate.
Dave.
Yeah.
So I'm just, it's just...
Is what it is. Look, Mr. Stone, as I said, we both have a similar interest. You have a way that you are wanting to do it, which I clearly don't like, because it is against everything that it is to be a police officer to do it your route. And I have a way of doing it that you obviously don't like, because you probably think it's not quite a permanent enough solution. And that's, again, fine. But we both need to solve the problem, and we can do it easier if we help each other. So, at this stage, we're going to end up going around in circles. So I'm going to do two things, Mr. Stone. First, I'm going to head on out of here, tell the other officers that you're good to go, you've been a victim today. The second thing, that's all right. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to keep an ear out for my other officers to see if you get in contact with anybody. I unfortunately am not as available as I would like to be all the time, but my other officers should.
Absolutely. Well, Adrian, I must say it's been a great pleasure. Appreciate you coming down this evening, and thank you very much for the conversation. Look, I believe an outcome is in order.
Mm-hmm. I just had one thing I wanted to say to Harry. If you want to jump out for just 1 second, I'll say that and I'll be up.
No stress.
Work with me, Stone. I'll let you get back to your Kama Sutra. Oh, and by the way, your Mark II is showing. I want to see this. Oh, and by the way, your Mark II is showing.